When we picture Norse mythology, we usually imagine mighty gods like Odin and Thor, terrifying giants, and the chaos of Ragnarok. But hidden in the sagas and folk tales are stranger beings, creatures that blur the line between nightmare and imagination. Some are terrifying, others beautiful, and some so bizarre they almost defy description. These are not Marvel inventions or modern retellings. These are the original myths passed down through centuries of Norse tradition. And today we'll uncover 5 of the most bizarre creatures in all of Norse mythology. Number 5. The Mare, the bringer of nightmares. In the dark nights of ancient Scandinavia, people feared a strange and dreadful visitor. They believed that when they lay asleep, something could press upon their chest, suffocating them, filling their minds with dreadful visions. This was the Mare, a supernatural being that gave us the very word nightmare. The Mare was said to be a shadowy spirit, sometimes described as the wandering soul of a woman or a witch, other times as something inhuman altogether. She would creep silently into homes, sit upon the chest of her victim, and crush the breath from their lungs. While they gasped and sweated in fear, she flooded their dreams with terror. To the Norse, this explained a very real experience: sleep paralysis, when the body is frozen between waking and dreaming. The Mare was not just a dream, but a force of dread that could torment entire households. Horses found in the morning covered in sweat and foam were said to have been ridden all night by the Mare. Even today, when we speak of a nightmare, we echo this ancient terror. The Mare reminds us how the Norse explained the darkest corners of the human mind with the language of monsters. Number 4. The Huldra, the deceptive beauty of the forest. The Norse forests were vast, mysterious, and filled with danger. Within them, people told of the Huldra, women so stunningly beautiful that no man could resist their charms. With long golden hair and eyes that seemed to shine in the darkness, the Huldra lured wanderers away from their paths. But their beauty came with a dark secret. Behind their backs was the tail of a cow or a fox, proof that they were not human, but something otherworldly. In some stories, the Huldra could be kind, rewarding those who treated her with respect. But far more often, men who followed her deeper into the woods never returned. She would drain them of life, trap them in her realm, or simply abandon them in the wilderness to die. For the Norse, the Huldra embodied the dual nature of the wild, enchanting, mysterious, but fatally dangerous. She was the voice of the forest itself, beckoning you closer, only to swallow you whole. Number 3. The Fossegrimen, the spirit of the waterfalls. Unlike many monstrous beings, the Fossegrimen was not a creature of terror, but of music. Said to dwell in rivers and waterfalls, the Fossegrimen was a spirit who played the fiddle with such beauty that the very trees and stones would sway and dance. Farmers, herders, and even wandering musicians sought him out, desperate to learn his secrets. But he demanded a price. To learn from the Fossegrimen, you had to make an offering. The better your sacrifice, the greater your gift. Place a fat goat into his stream, and he would teach you to master the fiddle so completely that no one alive could match your playing. Give him only scraps or poor offerings, and you would learn only enough to stumble and falter, forever cursed with mediocrity. The Fossegrimen reflects how the Norse saw nature itself: beautiful, inspiring, but also demanding. It could grant gifts beyond imagination, but only if you respected its power and gave in return. Number 2. Gullinbursti, the golden boar. Among the treasures crafted by the dwarves was one of the strangest creatures of all, a living, breathing boar, forged not from flesh, but from gold. Its name was Gullinbursti, meaning golden bristles, and its mane shone with radiant light. Given to the god Freyr, Gullinbursti could run faster than any horse, across land, sea, or sky, and wherever it went, its golden bristles illuminated the darkness. While at first it may sound almost comical, a glowing pig among gods and giants, Gullinbursti represented something far deeper. The Norse saw it as a symbol of fertility, prosperity, and divine craftsmanship. Unlike monstrous wolves or serpents, Gullinbursti blurred the line between animal and artifact, nature and magic. It was both a creature of the earth and a supernatural wonder, reminding the Norse that the divine could appear in the most unexpected forms. Even something as humble as a boar could become a radiant companion of the gods. Number 1. Ymir, the first giant and the most bizarre being of them all. Long before the gods, long before the world itself, there was Ymir. Born from the icy void of Ginnungagap, Ymir was both male and female, both mother and father, both life and death. From his body dripped other giants, beings who crawled forth from his flesh like parasites. He was nourished by the milk of a cosmic cow, itself born from the void, and together they existed in a strange, chaotic world of fire and ice. But Ymir was not destined to last. The gods Odin, Vili, and Ve slew him, and from his immense body they built the world. His flesh became the land, his bones the mountains, his blood the seas, his skull the sky, and his brains the clouds. From his eyebrows they formed the fortress of Midgard, the world of men. Ymir's bizarre, nightmarish body became the very fabric of creation. To the Norse, existence itself was born from death, and the world was a strange mixture of life and corpse, beauty and horror. Ymir stands as perhaps the most alien figure in all mythology, a being whose body was too vast, too strange, and too essential to ever be forgotten. These 5 beings, the Mare, the Huldra, the Fossegrimen, Gullinbursti, and Ymir, remind us of how Norse mythology was not just about gods and battles, but about the mysteries of life, nature, and the human mind. They are bizarre, unsettling, sometimes even humorous, but always powerful. They show us how the Norse explained the unexplainable, weaving tales that carried fear, beauty, and wonder across centuries. And the truth is, these are only a glimpse into the strange menagerie of Norse myth. From world serpents that encircle the earth, to wolves that devour the sun, from elves and dwarves to spirits of the land and sea, the myths of the Norse were filled with beings that spoke to every part of human experience: love, fear, hunger, hope, and the eternal struggle against the unknown. If you enjoyed this journey into the bizarre side of Norse mythology, remember to subscribe and join us again. Leave a comment with the creature you found most fascinating, or share a legend you'd like to see next. Because in the end, mythology isn't just about stories from the past. It's about the questions we still ask today. What lives in the shadows? What waits in the dark forests? And what strange beings might still linger just beyond our understanding?